What's up, y'all? It's me, Tasha C. And in this particular review recap, I will be reviewing The Chi, Season 1, Episode 3. Shout out to my YouTube fam. Sorry, y'all. Like I said, if y'all seen my last, second last video, because my other video should be up by now. But, of The Real Housewife. I'm not trying to plug it, I'm just saying. So, I'm basically coming back out. If I would have felt better. I would have did, the first two episodes. This is a very, very great show. Okay, and like I've done from character, but I definitely am saying the cliffhanger for my last thing. So let's get ready, y'all. One question though. One of the first scenes we see Ronnie. And even though he looked like he could be possibly smoking weed, he's in his first, but it's kind of like towards the beginning of the episode. I just had a question real quick. Was he smoking some good ass weed that has you seeing like people from your past, from your past, time again before you repent, whatever? Was he smoking weed? Was he smoking some 51s or some shit? Because when he was somewhere. I don't know, it was how, it was grandma's house, somebody else, because Ronnie don't have a job, but Ronnie make it every day. So I don't know what he does. He's didn't go to Tracy's house that night, and I'm about to say why. Okay, how we found out. Now we see Koji, the boy with the luxurious hair. Okay, um, that I mean, just like most of us probably thought, they thought it was beautiful with his luxurious hair until he started talking and shit. But I'm just saying, I know when he was a child actor that plays that role, I know for a fact that he probably would say, "Oh, you," especially if he had long hair when he was a little baby Tyler, a little, like how he was probably just considered one of the most beautiful little girls you ever seen until his mama, whoever he was around, was like, "No, this is boy." You're gonna be like, "Oh, okay." That's what he giving me, okay. But anyway, so he comes up and he seems to be hallucinating. That's what I'm saying. It's like, what type of ghost ass weed from the dispensary did the fuck he get from? Or was he smoking? Was he smoking not weed at all? Was it? I don't know what the hell was going on. All I know is that Koji, luxurious hair, Pierce, and he was letting him know, like, man, and he was, was like, "You shot me," and he was like, "Oh, you not supposed to be here, whatever." Because he's like, "Pass me that. I need that. You the reason why I had all these plans, everything. You took my life and everything like that. You gonna get what you deserve, whatever, basically back, right?" But and then he kind of fades away. Then we have another see Brandon with his boy that works with him, whatever, right? Remember in the episode, he was going to get a piece, and he thought about, like, since he knows exactly that Ronnie, I don't know if he knows Ronnie by name, but knows the man who killed his brother, you know, he was trying to buy a piece. Now he was about to spend $5. Boy, it's like, you know what? Just put some of the money on your side because work with what you had. So he was gonna give 300. The guy explained to him, one how you want the clip too, that'll be extra $50, blah blah blah. And because first he was talking to the dude in Spanish, and he like, can y'all speak English, please? I don't understand what y'all talking about. And then Brandon realized he ain't about that life. Okay, so he will butcher some prime roast before he sit there thinking he gonna kill somebody. He ain't meant for that. That ain't in his blood, okay? Uh, he changed his mind, but the guy who's selling the guns thought like, okay, one way or the other, there's some BS. So he basically pulled the guns off around him. I first thought that maybe he thought it was some type of setup, but he still ends up robbing. I don't know if he took all the money or whatever, because he ends up knocking Brandon down and ends up taking the money anyway from him. Because Brandon put his money back because, like I said, the guy got upset. And basically, Brandon might as well got the gun, considering the fact that he ends up getting robbed for the money anyway he was going to use for the gun. So, so sad. Dang, Brandon. So, anyway, we got another scene that he finds out, talking, visiting his mom, the same day. I think that he goes over there to visit his mom and her boyfriend, whatever. And he gives up to switch the shirt because he got hit. He think he back hand off the gun, hit him in the head with it. Over here. So he goes there and he that's what he finds out through the boyfriend that his mom planned on selling the house, whatever, moving out, and he just like, what the hell? So next morning, him and his girlfriend, I forgot what his girlfriend name is, the realtor, and she gonna be in and out more. And go see the characters. It's really interesting how they're intertwining the characters together, and it's gonna be interesting how next episode begins or how it even comes to be about. Okay, so he's all telling her like, can you talk to my mom about she making this mistake, which she's making this mistake about trying to sit there and sell the house, whatever, because he, even though he would get money for it more, because I guess it's the grandfather's house and he gave, I guess, he would get a certain percentage, because I guess he's co-owner, whatever, of the property. Still, he just feels like, man, you trying to move and all this other stuff, whatever. So in the meantime, um, he convinces girl to go ahead and talk to them about the house, the value of it, whatever. Really, really, he wanted her to convince, not, to move and check out the paperwork. When she goes over there later on to check the paperwork, it turns out that the paperwork was really, because it was a guy who convincingly was talking to the mom right during or after the funeral or whatever. And the paper was an agreement, a contract to move. It was just like, I guess, negotiations in the process of that, but it wasn't paperwork signed where it said like she, officially that she agreed to move and she had, was selling the house. But I noticed the girlfriend made sure she was like, well, since Obama and this property here, blah blah blah, because the mom told me I'm going to Tennessee with this boyfriend and shit, and it just seemed like I think she was more happy because she already told Brandon like, your mama hates me. He's like, that hate's a strong word. Maybe just like, no, the first two episodes, the way she talked to that girl, the average person with male female, the way she talked was like disrespectful, okay, disrespectful. Even they try to like make a little slide ass comment like, her boyfriend got bad back and don't like funerals and stuff or whatever and can't finish up a puzzle and shit, word puzzle. He all saying, I could have sworn he said like she bougie, like turkey bacon, that type of stuff. Like he, like, I'm surprised he didn't add in, I bet she shop at Whole Foods and don't like Save a Lot and shit. That's pretty much, what they look at her as anyway. So, but she tells her that. So she's trying to convince her to move. And Brandon talked to her once they went outside, and he like, you know what? My mom was all she gonna do is mess up that money. Because when the girlfriend was talking, you see a picture of Cooch in the back, and you see at least 4 bottles, and one is still holding on to the little liquor got left, but you see that like she drinks so much that she got random bottles. You know how some people, of course, you might have the decoration of your bottle set up. She just got randomly on on the table next glass table next to the china cabinet, some shit, just randomly. But you could tell they're not filled up or nothing like that. You could tell the way they were sitting, like she just been taking them to the head, like at least 2 a day if possible, as much as she can drink and tolerate. Just that's how much she drinks. And so she missed later on episode that she still can't even go past her youngest son's room, and she's still dealing with mourning and stuff. But like I said, she is considering about moving to Tennessee with the boyfriend. But like I said, when they do leave, Brandon going back and whining after the meeting, whatever, he was asking her like, why, the girlfriend like, well, why would you convince them, convince her to still move? And she trying to say like, well, it probably would be the best thing. I thought like in her head, like she thought about, oh, so not only is this bitch gonna move, she's gonna move out of state. I ain't gotta deal with this bitch no more. Bye, bitch. Bye, bitch. Bye, bye. Okay, I'm just saying that's probably the main thing is she don't have to deal with the shenanigans, the disrespect or nothing. But she tried to tell Brandon like whatever issues that lies, that's beyond, like ain't got nothing to do with her as far that's something that they need to work on, him and his mom. And she got to go somewhere and tell somebody else looking for some more property, so she doesn't want to meet this appointment that she has, okay, to possibly sell some more, some more stuff, some house and stuff. But that's what I'm saying is like, if she got along with the mom, whatever, and the mom like treated her like a human being, and then have smart stuff to say. Would she be so quick to tell her mom or tell his Brenda's and Cody's mom to move out? You know what I mean? So, anyways, we also see Q at the beginning of not too long. Seem like I don't know. It seemed like he been one of them dudes that been in the game so long. Then all of a sudden, he came back, but he's got money and has power in both the legal world and in the illegal world, whatever. And it seems like he's really interested about knowing about this boy Jason, which is like it's like you're seeing the outside looking in, but it's still like it'll be interesting to get more into details about how the possibility, who, even before I even find out exactly who shot Jason, but also how did he end up in that area? Was he going to buy, sell? Did somebody set him up to be in that position at that time? It's still kind of, that probably be later on in the season or seasons, if they better be picked up next season, because this is good as heck. Okay, so um, anyways, we also have another. We have one scene where Keisha and Emmett again. She might as well just give it up. I mean, I know they in the horny toe stage, whatever. But the second time around, they try to screw, and then somehow they get caught before they try to fuck. Like he can't afford a hotel room. He go with all the damn sneakers because he's sneakerhead. I understand, sneakers is shit sometimes. Okay, I don't even got that many sneakers like that, but I understand. But he got several sneakers. Of what I gathered is accumulate without using a calculator. I think calculator is he has with this third kid, right? And the other two obviously with their mamas, I think, based on what he said. And I think the other the bitch just gave up her rights and shit. It just because I don't know, it's the baby popped up back again, and it's like, is she coming back for a child, or is that what happened? And she just said fuck it and just I don't know. Is she coming back from Mother's Day? I don't know what happened. So, you got that going on. She's trying, like, this something they're trying to screw in Keisha's room. I don't, and the mom is like, Keisha, and she, because he was trying to get it in with her. I was surprised Keisha ain't on birth control pills or something like that. The ring, bracelet, necklace, something like that. Safety, security belt, something. That birth control vest, something, okay? Because he already seemed like he has like the sperm that even probably would fight through. Not even just both of y'all got to be on something. Condoms, birth control pills, like both of them need to be taking some type of having some type of protection. So he trying to get some, but surprisingly she. It's like you're not getting them with no condom. They butt ass niggas stuff, and he trying to convince her we can do other things, but she's like, I'm not trying to have you put a baby, blah blah blah. But like I said, Keisha and slash Kev's mama, about to come in, so they got a little stair post, whatever. I don't know if they stayed like in a town square, whatever. But they had, the window and the little fire, little stuff. But I'm glad nobody seen him butt ass naked, because she had to, he had to go out the window just butt ass naked with his clothes, and then, he all like, I'll call you, blah blah blah. But as I'm saying, the second time in a row that, no, y'all, this is third episode. And every time we see them where they seem like they about to screw, it is warning signs that either they, he get a place, they can try to get a room, get a Airbnb, whatever they call those, or something, or either it's not meant for them to be screwing at least each other, because every time he keeps, every episode, they never have sex anyway. Anyway, no, wait a minute, she started, yeah, she was performing oral, but as far as them trying to get where everything they trying to get, it always gets stopped. They always gotta stop. Somebody gotta hide in the closet. Somebody gotta be butt naked on the bed. Now on the fire, on the patio. What was fire? Something so the patio, whatever the hell that was, and just it's pattering. Somebody's house, and he had to hide the baby in somebody's playpen. I don't know if he brought the playpen to some house party and shit. Just. That sounds right there. Y'all need to stop. Or y'all need to find individuals that, they at least go a place where they cool. If they're staying with somebody, they cool and they can have sex and they lose some money. Because it ain't working for them. It ain't working for them like that no more or whatever. So, we have another scene where Kevin is actually, like waking up, I guess, ready for school next morning. And their mom was there, and then it seemed like it came out of nowhere because he was talking, because, Keisha, said, was just talking to the brother. She was like, don't be fucking saying that or something. I guess she was saying about, him, about this girl. Turns out this lady comes out the room, and she got, Mel Carey outfit on. I'm like, did they have an older sister? And it was just so random. And then the mom and her kids, so mama got old wife, woman, whatever, and they checking them about, because she said somebody put the $1 in the jar. So they got, the cursing jar. Okay. Y'all know what a cursing jar is. If you curse whatever, you supposed to put money in a jar. So that means my ass, if I had extra money, would be broke right now, because as much as sometimes I cuss, I mean, I don't cuss like this every 5 seconds, whatever. But I'm just saying, yeah, maybe I need to get one of those. Maybe that'll help me save the bank. But yeah, so he didn't have no money to put in a curse jar, but she ended up cursing as well about something. The girl, the mama's woman, whatever, as well. So yeah, so that's interesting. But I mean, so we have, like I said, so much going on the episode. I don't know the cops' names. I just call good cop, bad cop. Ronnie, there was a couple scenes. Ronnie goes to visit Tracy or calls her at the job. He asks these flowers, but she's like, I got time for this. You doing the same thing like you used to before. You never came to call or anything. And, Ronnie's like, he basically trying to indirectly explain, like, I don't know. It just happened. I'm sorry. And she's like, I'm tired of this, and blah, blah, blah. She ends up leaving. He's like, I'm going to get justice for Jason, whatever. Okay. So he tries to see the good detective, and you see the bad detective looking out the window, not even like sitting there like trying to hide. He literally just like this in the window and stuff, looking, observing. I kind of wonder if that's why the good cop was kind of acting a little bit more messed up to him at first, but also like later on another scene, I kind of see why he might have been acting that way, because he knew, well, I'll get to that in a couple of minutes. So Ronnie's basically, trying to ask him for, like still trying to ask information. So you said about this guy, blah, blah, blah. And the guy was like, get away from me, basically. The good cop, like, get away from me. I ain't got time to shit. I did you a favor by allowing you to see your son when he passed away, and he was in the morgue, whatever. But, like, you going away. But like I said, the whole time you see the bad detective, the asshole, up there watching what he was doing. And then he even asked, now he even waiting, the man can't even like, shake his dick, whatever, but when he peed, literally, because he in the bathroom and here go the back car coming in. Are you done yet? And I'm thinking, you know what? I don't know what the fuck is wrong with him, but some shit is wrong with him, okay? Like I said, let the man leave shaking shit before he finish. Shit. So after he's trying to get information about him, he was like, yeah, that's the guy, he explained this, but he kind of told him everything, except he made sure not to tell him, like, that the boy that, was killed was in custody. He was like, did you tell him that? He's like, no, I didn't tell this certain stuff, but it just, that's why I kind of wonder, would he be as, like, kind of like, standoffish towards him if that, if it wasn't that man right there. And later on in the episode, we see him, he got wiped too. He's still trying to figure out Cole Jesus' murder. And he admits to his wife, or whatever, we're just going to say wife because I don't know his girl, whatever. And he admits, like, he, about the guy, he knows that Ronnie basically did. He didn't say Ronnie's name, but he prove it, but he can't prove it. And she's like, well, are you going to have a rest? He was like, I can't prove, I know he's done it, but I can't prove it yet. Okay. But he knows for fact. So the girl's like, come on, go to bed before, you go, get some type of rest. But that's what he knows for a fact, obviously now, even though he's cool with Ronnie or pretends to a certain point. I mean, it's like he's cool with Ronnie, but to a certain point he doesn't want people to know, because even in the first episode, he put Ronnie back in the car as if he was going to get arrested, but it was really to inform about Jason being murdered. Okay, so to another scene, we also see Emmett. He trying to get the work hours in. Now we seen the previous scene, his mama Jada. The baby. First the baby Emmett Jr. is opening up the door. He taking a shit, I guess, completely butt naked, whatever. And this mom like, I don't care. She just asked about, okay, you gonna get some extra hours, baby. The probably now I'm off work, whatever today, and basically I'm gonna take the child. There's a sale on Gap's kids, and we're gonna take part. But other than that, you need to get yourself together with getting some hours and stuff like that. And so he said he is. So the place he works at, they were also showing you like, how we got the old ass Grease Earl, whatever, and then, trying to abuse Earl. Okay. And he's showing how he's filtering the grease, and he's trying to explain like he can, Sonny, I guess the owner slash of the place that Emmett works at, and he was saying like, you know what, I'm gonna use this grease. This grease got all the seasoning, and I can got another week of, he's refrigerated grease. They just showed every day about some of these places they be overusing the old grease and using it to a point where, you be tasting shrimp, fish, hush puppies, and cheese sticks, maybe possibly in some of the items that you might purchase, okay? Because it has been a couple times, even to me, where if you purchase certain items and they're fried and they taste like, five things together that have been fried. But he's giving it, he's just saying, like, this is tasting. It's like, this is poison. What did you sell this for? But he's trying to ask Sonny for some more hours. And he, like, I'll get you when I can, but he got nothing up again. He let it be known that he better pay Q that $100. Like, don't let that slide. So we see another scene. Q's talking. He about to go to his car. They got two bodyguards. And they all, one of them trying to like show like his gun. And Q like, do you want me to show yours? Because they all, want the main one talking shit. The other one sit there buff with his locks and stuff. And he, he ain't really saying too much. But letting on you don't need to fuck with him. And then he talks to a guy, and this guy, smart enough, but he was somebody under his wing. Maybe when he used to be, on some Neo Scarface shit. I don't know. But, he's like, oh, but the guy first was talking shit. Oh, now all of a sudden you want to start checking stuff or whatever, But he was like this. And he was like, look at me, talk to me. Then he let me know, like, oh, now all of a sudden you want to come back and whatever. But at the same time, Q let it be known, like, I ain't feeling. I want this resolved because the guy asked, like, was this your son or something like that? And he's like, no, but this is not a good look about this Jason boy, especially since the fact that Jason was a good kid, I guess, like a star on the basketball team, whatever, blase blase, and this doesn't look good. On a record about this murder thing. So, he been asked about it since he appeared. And anybody knows, I forgot. And I remember that first, like, wait a minute, that man looks familiar. 21 Jump Street, the original TV series. He was the lieutenant. That's how I remember him, man. I know he's been other stuff, but that's when I first remember this man that stood out to me, even though I was a kid watching this damn show. 21 Jump Street, Holly Robinson Peete, Johnny Depp, and also Holly Robinson people singing, the theme song as well. Okay, 21 Jump Street. Y'all know that. I'm just saying. Okay, I remember watching the show, enough. And I was like, that's Mr. Lieutenant over that's Mr. 21 Jump Street TV series, okay? So, but he ain't want to be played with it, but he wasn't to play with in the series, and he sure ain't playing with up here. He look like cut you and, smoke a Cuban cigar afterwards type of look, just shake you so nice professionally, and no blood touches his silk shirt, okay? That's what he giving me, okay? So, we got another scene where we connect where Brenda's girlfriend, I'm not trying to get that girl's name. I hope I get the next episode, whatever. She goes to meet with him to sell some property. It turns out that it's him. And this guy's got money to a point where mortgage is not in the equation. He got money because when she's about to do paper, because she's trying to convince him, like, are you sure you want to sit right here, buy his property here? Again, she going to buy Brown Library and something like this and some other stuff about to come on. So are you sure you want to stay here? And he's like, yeah, I'm right here. And she like, let's get the paperwork. Oh, yeah, I'm the lawyer. Whatever the amount it is, I'll take it, blah, blah, blah. So that same night, we see later on that he purchases the same dirt that he just, like I said, he could just cash out and just buy something, okay? On the same darn day, all right? And he looking outside. He got his Cuban cigar. He got a table. The table, I guess, that was in there. And he's looking outside. You see some guys standing, posted whatever, I think in one of the houses, whatever like that, right? And it's like some type of stakeout. So I'm wondering, like I said, we're gonna find out more about this Q. Q ain't somebody you want to play with. I know that much. So later on, also in the middle, we see Emmett. He was trying to get a job at the store where everything is at. You got where some guy got some nachos, and they were, and but he is throwing it at one of the workers and runs out. And the other guy, the one bug was like, "I buy something. I don't want to. I buy motherfucker, something like that." And Emma's like, "What did you just say?" He came to the store and he seen all this chips on the floor. It's like, that's what you get. Y'all be cheese, body be cheese, blah, 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 and whatever. And he's trying to ask him, "What did you say to that guy again?" And he's like, just kind of left it alone, whatever. But he was also trying to explain in the end. Emmett was like, "You know what? I know who steals. I know blah, 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 blah. I can help y'all out. Y'all can give me time. If y'all hire me, then, basically, they can make sales and not lose profit, basically." And the guy would, the old gentleman was like, "You know what? No." But the younger one, he was able to talk to, but after a black guy came to the store, and he like, you need to protest this, protest for them. We need to start going somewhere else. The guy like, let me get a wide eye, let me get a Swisher, let me get a grape one, blah, 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 what I mean, let me get a half pint of, the Belvedere, what I'm saying, or, whatever. So, right. That's pretty much what it was. And he just left whatever. But the guy said, if you, basically, I guess, can get this certain shoe, he might be able to help him get a job or have like some reward. Emmett goes to the house, and it's around one of the same house, the same dude. I don't know if the same one where Q was looking at, because how there's so much going on in this, in these episodes. Okay, he was considering, just like Brendan, he was considering about doing some other stuff. And the guy, it was the same guy who told like Ronnie about, who, luxurious hair. The innocent boy got there's two innocent boys got killed, and one act had where Jason obviously got killed and Coogee got killed over some BS. They probably neither one of them were involved. Well, I don't know yet about Jason, but Coogee was innocent, unfortunately, but that of wearing a necklace, because that's when Ronnie was talking to the ghost, was like, was the same thing. Was like, you got that necklace, blah blah blah. But anyways, so later on, we got it where he was, like I said, talking to the same dude, the one who was telling Ronnie about, "Yeah, I see Cody, that boy with this long hair, blah blah blah. He looked like this, and he was standing over the body, blah blah blah." So Lemon was thinking about it, like in terms of like, start, positive hustling, be on that D-boy shit. And the guy, but he took too long, 5 seconds means, I'm, at least took about, about took some breath, and time equals money. So it was, even though it was a minute long, it was taking him the time. But the guy didn't mention enough, like I said, because it was like, I'm going to think about it. He's like, you got to think about it. Then it's too long. Because he was trying to get Emmett to be on the block already, and probably in the newest Jordans and shit already, like on that hustle shit. And Emmett brought about it is, even though he's in the circumstances he is, so it kind of just faded where I guess Emmett, I don't know if he's going to be hustling or not, but I don't recall honestly seeing him anymore. But the guy already said, well, if you're on some bullshit, you might be taking time, whatever. Okay, and so let's get to the Ronnie and the Kevin situation. Ronnie goes to see that crazy ass guy in the episode. He all talking to his dog, which I'm gonna say Mr. We're gonna call Fluffy, and because he's like, he was like Ronnie talking to him like, I make sure my little piece, he has to have silence when I guess he takes his bathroom breaks, and he's just so happy that the dog went to go pee. But, remember the bitch she had spiders and, got spider rats and just looking so spazzed out and shit and cracked out, just fucked up. So, and he's talking to him, like I said, trying to still get information about, Jason, and, do he doesn't know about Jason? The guy's like, I know for basketball, he might have a jump shot, but he really wasn't that good on, like, really good basketball, but he had potential. But, he says, like, I guess he can possibly get some information, but he's like, you gotta do something for me. And Ronnie said, well, you have to suck your dick, and I'm kind of like, has this happened before? I'm not trying to jump, but it's just like, how do you know automatically, when he said you gotta do something for me, the first thing comes up that you think this man's gonna have you suck your dick. I don't know what if that maybe I'm just jumping pussy. He was like, no, I got people for that. He didn't, and you know, she said people. He didn't say bitches. He ain't talking about the bitch that got spiders all, thinks she got spiders all through her ass and shit. She probably might have real ones. I don't know. But what I'm saying is that I was just like, come again? But he has him about to, like, they're going to do truth, make an agreement, make a deal. And when he holds his hand, he twists us and threatens us like, there's a body, he'll take care of it because he realized there's a body on that darn gun. You can take care of that shit. It's not going to kill your girlfriend, your granny, and the bitch you took to prom, and I'm going to kill your first crush, all this shit, okay? So, this is when Ronnie goes to that same store, the one, we're going to call 77th, the liquor store, the mom and pop shop. And he said, my son Jace basketball. But the older guy, got a little Mr. Clean head going on. He's telling him information that I would question about this because if you think he missed it, I think they knew my boy. But then he's like, oh, there's, you got a little boy, little chubby one, and this one here, blah, 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 when they come in, what time they come in from school, blah, blah. And the guy just telling him, oh, yeah, they're here. Oh, they went to school here. Oh, they go here. Oh, this and that. Here's the DNA samples. Oh, blah, blah, blah. Here's the social security number, damn near, whatever. And so, even though this kid's coming out, Kevin is, him and his boys come to school, and you see Bronny posted there, and he start running kind of towards them, but there's still a gate there, but they able to go back into school. By the way, I forgot to mention, they got that girl's little cousin, again, basically sexual harassing, being a bully / sexual during their sexual harassment. Kevin, he's on his way to school. I don't know if it's the same day or a couple days prior, before Ronnie started trying to get information / was threatening his life as well and his grandma and shit, okay? So, the girl, he threatens the girl, like, I'll slap you stuff. I don't believe him, but I'll slap you. And that girl already looked like she's 6 feet and she only fucking 12. And she, she's a little bit on, fluffy side, they would call it, the fluffy side, whatever. And I'm like, why did I have her be like, I'm gonna take it from you and shit, Sweetie, no means no. Why they gotta do her like that? But anyway, we're just going by character. But she pushed it still again. She able to put him in the corner, side of damn, on a damn bend or whatever. And she's like, since she's trying to be my cousin, I'm gonna see what we're working with. I ain't gonna lie. When I first saw the child that we're working with, I was scared that I'm like, is she gonna pull his pants down? What type of shit is this? Okay. But she still, it was traumatizing, but she's up kissing him. And then she was about to stick out her tongue, like, now I gotta see, that ain't nothing. And he like, the hell? Like, what the hell are you trying to do? French. She's like, we ain't French, but I'm glad he was able to get out of there. And I'm like, run, Kim, run. Take your ass to school. Tell somebody. Why you He didn't tell nothing about nothing goes on or whatever. That girl gonna end up tripping him and dry humping him in a minute the way the hell this shit is going, okay? Depending on how the hell this next episode from now on goes. And by the way, also at least Brandon and his mom did kind of reconcile. Like I said, she did say the second time he went to go see her, I think he stayed because when this girl left to do that estimate on their house, whatever, I think he kind of has stayed, but he did say, I know you're trying to get yourself together, and I don't want you to think that, I know you thought I love your brother more, but your brother had needed me more. But we did notice, like, based on what we said, like, to a certain point, he was sheltered because, Brandon said it was a virgin, all this stuff, but he was out in the street doing, out in the street at the same time, even though he was innocent about him, he wasn't completely innocent, okay? Unfortunately, that's how, because, he was just so comfortable when he seen the dead body and stuff, he kind of was like, oh my gosh, look this, and took option the opposite. He went to go see what it was able to go ahead and, get the stuff off Jason's body, even wear his chain. So, to a certain point, he was desensitized as well, But, like I said, they reconciled. But like I said, back to Kevin. Like, Kevin and his boys, they end up going to auditorium. That one damn teacher, drama teacher, whatever, it's like, oh, I'm glad, with this play. So they have a point of Royals right. And, of course, they scared as heck. And they did back, like, cousin as usual, some badass kids. I ain't saying like I was cousin. I wish it was like that, okay? But Um, coincidence when they're talking about the important roles, they all have the roles where I guess they're auditioning. And I guess they post, be the Munchkins represent Lollipop because all of them got like basically clown ass roles on and shit. And here they're talking about what they're gonna do about Ronnie coming after them. And Ronnie, they talk about this. They're like, you know what? The one with the locks is basically the main one saying like, you know what, you need to talk to him because Kent was like, he coming after me and stuff like that, whatever, and I got to do it. And the boy with the locks was like this. He said the forbidden S word. He was like, "Did you snitch?" And I'm like, "No, I did snitch." Well, we know that shit. You getting bullied by the damn girl that's damn near tall enough and stuff to damn near drive a car and shit, and she's the same age as him and shit. She ain't saying shit, whatever. It is what it is. But the boy with the locks convinces him to go ahead and like talk to the guy to let him know you ain't gonna snitch, whatever. So we see later on in the episode Ronnie standing there in the corner, whatever. And he finds where Ronnie is, and these two guys, the ones that kind of were he was talking to the last episode, and they kind of, I think, were letting him know like they knew he had a piece of whatever. So he talked to him. He was like, "Well, you were looking at school. We got a problem, whatever." And was a problem. And he just said, and he just kind of cut where he said something about, "Well, it depends. We're gonna fix the problem now." So he ends up conveniently, Kevin later on in another scene ends up where Brandon, not too far away from where Brandon lived at, whatever. Brandon ends up talking to his cousins and must have been just military service, did something overseas, and was about to use his car for the night or whatever. He said Kevin got, taking care of his bike, whatever, and Brandon was like, how you doing, blah, 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 and he talks a little bit, and Kevin convinces him to go and, can you take me home? I'm kind of uncomfortable looking around. All of a sudden they get to like, under the, this area. By the way, I forgot to mention the evil cop talks to somebody that's under the bridge and threatens him, you're gonna find that phone steps on his hand. And because the guy first said I wasn't gonna do shit, but now he gonna do it. So like I said, it's a bunch of stuff getting out. I'm kind of wondering is that bad cop has something to do with Jason. Either he wants the case done or he knows some information or he's involved with that shit as well. And, whatever. Oh, I forgot. That's what Ronnie was trying to ask for the phone from the good cop. And the guy from the good cop was like, get the fuck on, basically. So, when Kevin all of a sudden, he's there walking a little bit and, Brandon's trying to ask, like, you're fine, all right, whatever, and ask him about school. All of a sudden, they get to an area and Kevin just stops, and he turns like, what's wrong, Kevin? And Kevin is doing like this. And then here come Ronnie and shit. Like, I heard you were looking for me. And Brandon just kind of looked at like him. Kevin looked back at Kevin. He was like, I said, looking like this. And episode come crest. And I was like, Kevin, I was rooting for your ass. But like I said, I hope that girl ends up knocking your ass over next time just because of this fuck shit. Now, that's one thing not going to be a snitch, whatever. But you know what? He was taking his chances, but that shows how us as peers, even when we get older and stuff like that, how we, sometimes us slip over, especially when you're a kid and here we thinking his voice with the right information. But let's be real. That guy on site could have had a gun ready to shoot. Just like he shot a luxurious hair, he could have shot him on site. So him even going to him, you didn't know whether or not, well, I'm just saying, I know I'm talking to characters on random and I'm about to get off and take my ass fade in the locust. But he could have easily, like spazzed on him. So that's what I'm saying. You going to surrender and stuff. This guy's coming after you. You don't know if he got a gun on you. So I understand the boy's trying to help him in terms of being a kid. But it's like, no. That's taking too many damn chances anyway. That he could have had a piece right there and was going to shoot him. And I don't know if he still has some type of piece, whatever, but it's going to be interesting. I got to look at Kevin like that. I'm going like, Ronnie, what the heck is you going to do? And Brandon, what is you going to do? And Kevin, shut up. You on my list now. But anyways, y'all, hugs and loves. If you like to see, I know I'm talking damn near about as long as the damn show. Whatever. But hugs and loves, everybody. And, if you like, subscribe and like, share, like, whatever. And I definitely will see y'all next video. Hugs and loves. Like I said, y'all have a good night. Y'all have a good week. Take care.